Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Okay. The Supreme Court unfreezes Louisiana redistricting case that could boost black voting power before 2024. On Monday, it was lifted, a hold on the Louisiana political remap case by the Supreme Court, increasing the likelihood that the Republican-dominated state will have to redraw boundary lines to create a second mostly black congressional district. For more than a year, there has been a legal battle over the GOP-drawn political boundaries, with the federal judge, Democratic Governor John Bel Edwards, and opponents saying that the map is unfair and discriminates against black voters. The map, which was used in Louisiana's November congressional election, has white majorities in 5 of 6 districts, all currently held by Republicans. This is despite black people accounting for 1/3 of the state's population. Another mostly black district could deliver another congressional seat to Democrats. I'm super excited, said Ashley Shelton, head of the Louisiana-based Power Coalition for Equity and Justice, one of the groups challenging the maps. What this does is it puts us back on track to realize a second majority minority district. In a written statement, the Louisiana Legislative Black Caucus said, while work still needs to be done, it is very confident the state will have 2 majority black districts by the 2024 congressional election. As I have consistently stated, this is about simple math, basic fairness, and the rule of law. Edwards said Monday, I am confident we will have a fair map in the near future. Every 10 years, state lawmakers, armed with new U.S. Census Bureau information, redraw political boundaries for seats in the U.S. House, State Senate, State House, Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, and the Public Service Commission. The process ultimately affects which political parties, viewpoints, and people control the government bodies that write laws, set utility rates, and create public school policies. The Louisiana case had been on hold pending the decision in redistricting case involving Alabama. Monday's order follows the court rejection earlier in June of a congressional redistricting map in Alabama. In both states, black voters are a majority in just one congressional district. Lower courts had ruled that the maps raised concerns that black voting power had been diluted in violation of the landmark Federal Voting Rights Act. The justice had allowed this state's challenge map to be used in last year's election while they considered the Alabama case. In Louisiana, U.S. District Judge Shelley Dick struck down the map in June 2022 for violating the Voting Rights Act, saying evidence of Louisiana's long and ongoing history of voting-related discrimination weighs heavily in favor of plaintiffs. Dick ordered lawmakers to hold a special session to redesign the map and include second majority black district. However, lawmakers failed to meet their deadline, and as a result, Dick said she would enact the map of her choosing. The Louisiana case had been appealed to the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans when the High Court put the issue on hold. The justice said the appeal could go forward before next year's congressional elections. U.S. Representative Troy Carter, Louisiana's only Democratic and black congressman, applauded the Supreme Court for lifting its hold. This decision shows that in a healthy democracy, fair and equitable representation matters, whether to the people of Louisiana or anywhere else in the world, Carter tweeted. The redistricting process in Louisiana proved to be a political tug of war, with the Republican-dominated legislature and Democrats, including Edwards, fighting over the boundaries since February 2022, along with the legal battle. The debate over the map included Edwards vetoing the boundaries and the legislator overriding his veto, the first time in nearly 3 decades that lawmakers refused to accept the governor's refusal of a bill they had passed. Republicans have stood by their statements that the map is fair and argue that trying to include the state's widely dispersed black population in 2 separate congressional districts would result in 2 districts with very narrow black majorities that could actually diminish black voting power. McGill reported from the... Oh, okay. All right. Just take away the Democrat and Republican side of it. Let's just talk facts. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. My thing is this. We're still going through this shit in 2023. Are you kidding me? And y'all keep telling me, man, racism don't exist. I could prove. You got dummies coming to my page. Racism and all of that don't exist. Apparently it does, because we're still fighting for our rights to vote. You know, and this is crazy. You mean to tell me you can't change the map to accommodate a person? Oh, no, you can't, because he's black or she's black. We can't accommodate the darkies, right? Can't do it. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, America full of shit. Not just America, but the states and all, full of shit. But you got blind people out here who think because they marry a white person, whether they're black man or black woman, they think it's gonna get better for them. No. It's better for them. Because now you split up the household, you split up the community. That's what they've been trying to do for decades, for millennia. It's continuously spread and basically divide up the community, which they've been successful at doing. Now here, for instance, you have a map that doesn't accommodate, and we're still fighting for this. Everybody keep bringing up MLK and his march and all that. That march really don't mean nothing right now. What does it mean? We should have stayed segregated and stayed to ourselves. We should have never crossed over the picket line. And I tell people that all the time. And they get mad at me. Oh, you don't know how hard it was back then. I don't. And I don't want to know how hard it was. Because it was hard. My father told me stories. My mother told me stories. My grandparents told me stories. I do not want to go through that. But here's the thing, Sherlock. When we were together, we got things done. We were able to vote. We were able to have a voice. We were a lot stronger and smarter with one another than we were with being integrated. Remember Joe Biden's favorite words saying that it's going to be a jungle out there? Well, those people from the jungle, including my parents and myself and others, have outsmarted you guys plenty of times. And your kind has shown more dominance systematically because you're in a system that caters to your strengths. We're in a system that caters to our negatives and our weaknesses, which is drinking, smoking, having sex, showing our body parts just to get ahead. Or, this is the kicker, making us mind control, making us lesbians and homosexuals, right? And they play that a lot on TV to try to make it seem like blacks are just, everybody loves it. They try to incorporate the rainbow crew with blacks, which is the most ignorant and most disrespectful thing that they ever could do. And you got some blacks who going along with this shit. I saw a TikTok the other day. I think LB, shout out to LB. I think LB showed it to me, where you had this dude asked this gay black man, and I say gay black man, I'm gonna tell you why, and asked him a question: would you celebrate Black History Month or Gay Pride Month? This dude took forever to answer. That's how much they have brainwashed us and destroyed us mentally. You know? It's sad. Every day looking at it is sad. And you got people that's left wingers or right wingers. I don't know what wing they're on. I still don't understand the difference between left and right wing or conservative or all that shit is bullshit. To me, all that need to be put in a barrel and lit on fire and kicked down the hill. Like, for real. This is a damn shame that blacks in Louisiana, not just Louisiana, Mississippi as well, are going through this type of shit. And yet, nobody gives a damn. Nobody's speaking about it. Nobody's standing up tall saying, man, that's wrong. You know what y'all doing? Y'all going to the club or y'all too busy, want to go smoke, do what you got to do. And that's the problem that we had. And I blame my generation. I blame the generation before us, and I blame the generation before them. All of us have failed the youngins today. We failed them. I failed them. We failed them. We should have been fighting for having our own rights, having our own city, having our own things, coming up with ways to build weapons or have weapons on our side to defend ourselves. No, we're too busy thinking, oh, I got to go to this white guy. I don't trust John or Robert over there. He gonna rob me, and it's sad. We mentally have been stripped of our hope, of our gall, of our strength. Now, I know people probably come in and say, well, what does this have to do with them lifting this in the U.S. Supreme Court? It's 2023, and you're just now doing it. I don't care about that Republican and Democrat. I'm talking about morale, morals, and integrity. America has never had integrity. Never. America has never been a respectful place. Never. This is a place where if the lighter or whiter your skin, you get a pass. The brownish or darker your skin, the more you have obstacles in the way. The more you have these rulings like here where you can't vote or anything for land to keep, or you can't vote to keep certain things in schools like education-wise, because these white folks, or AKA crackers, got 4 or 5 of the districts covered with their people. And I don't care if it's Republican, because there's some places where it's 5 crackers that are Democrats and they just as bad. All it is, party this, party that, F both of them parties. F conservatives or whatever you call the other people, left, right wing, all that shit the same is bullshit. And it ain't helping nobody. What is it doing? Who is it helping? Not you, not me. It's just sad. It is just sad that it's 2023 and this shit is still going on. I tell you, boy. I tell you. So, it's crazy. But, now, the Louisiana Supreme Court announces its unanimous support for the Louisiana State Bar Association's transition into practice mentoring program. Now, the Louisiana Supreme Court Chief Justice John L. Weimer and the Associate Justices announced today the court unanimous support for the Louisiana State Bar Association's transition into program, or TIP, mentoring program. The program, which is voluntary, matches newly admitted members of the bar with an experienced attorney who serves as a mentor. The transition into practice program, which has been in existence since 2015, allows veteran attorneys to share their knowledge, advice, and hands-on experience with those who are just starting their careers. Said LSBA President Shayna Saunier, I encourage all newly admitted attorneys to take full advantage of this program, which will help give them the tools they need to be successful in today's legal profession. Chief Justice Weimer stated the court is deeply grateful for the work and leadership of the bar and its steadfast desire to support and improve the legal profession and provide mentorship and guidance to new attorneys. The transition in the practice program has proven over years of hard work and stewardship by the bar its value to newly admitted attorneys who would be well served by participating in the program. And this is great news. You know, if you're a young attorney, you could get the ropes on how to prepare your case, how to go about, handling a case, who to interview, how to dissect the certain parts of what you need to know, like what type of case it is, what type of attorney you want to be. Do you want to be this type or that type? It's different type of attorneys. This is great news. And we need more programs like that. We need that. Especially our youth. Our youth need to do programs like this where they learn how to defend people, because, you may have a friend who basically has done wrong, robbing, doing all this type of crazy stuff. Sometimes it may not be his fault. Most of the time it may be his fault, or vice versa. The law, you'll be able to mentor people and actually learn how to, handle yourself, get the proper rest, what it takes to be an attorney, like what can and can't do. That's very good. I love that. So thank you guys, man, for listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you can donate to the page by going to my description box, hitting that link to my Cashapp to donate whatever your heart's desire. You guys could also look at my zelle. My zelle, you guys will see a number there. You guys can find me with that number and donate, or you could do a super chat when we live or premiere, or a super thanks. So thank you guys for your love and blessings. We out. Deezy.